Hey guys, Carrot here with another review. This time I'll be reading the PlaMonster Series 01 Red Garuda from Kamen Rider Wizard. This is the first of Kamen Rider Wizard's series of small helpers akin to Double's memory gadgets, Oz's Candroids, and Force's food droids. In Wizard's case, he has small plastic models that form into little creatures that help him out, and each creature is based on a mythical being. So, this is the first one, Red Garuda, which is, as its name, based on the Garuda, which is said to be a giant bird with a very long wingspan who can create hurricane-like winds when it flaps its wings. So, this includes a few things: the parts to Red Garuda, a tray to attach them to, and one wizard ring, the Garuda Wizard Ring. So let's start by taking a look at the tray with all the pieces on it. So as you can see, just like a plastic model, or Plamo, which is where the series name comes from, you have the simple tray with all these parts attached to it, although unlike your typical plastic model tray, these are attached on top of it rather than being embedded in it to be removed, as the purpose of this is for both attaching and detaching them. So when you take apart the PlaMonster, you can put the pieces back onto the tray. So the pieces we have here are the head, 2 wings, a body, a back, 2 legs, and a tail. And with these, you have pieces that are solid plastic and pieces that are translucent plastic. Notably with the wings and head being a mix of the two. The tray itself has a nice design to it. Has stud pattern on it. On both the top and the bottom, we have the center part of Wizard's symbol. Then we have the Garuda Wizard Ring. Has the same standard shape as the regular magic rings, but notably this one has a red gemstone in it to create a silhouette of the Garuda. And it's a pretty simple silhouette. You have the wings, the head, the body, the tail, and the claws down here. And so bringing in the Wizard Rider, we can show it off. Just like so. So for that, you had what will become the pattern for the PlaMonster magic rings, which is a sound of summoning the tray and the pieces forming together, followed by the cry of that PlaMonster. And so that we can put together. So we'll start off with the body. Take the back piece and attach it here. Take the wings, attach them to the back piece and tilt them up like this. Take the legs and attach them down here. Take the tail and attach it down here. Take the head, head it to the top, and then we can get to the gimmick, which is part of the transformation, which is pressing these red buttons back here, which will flip out the wings. And then finally, take the Garuda ring and put it into the slot in the front. And so like that, you have the Red Garuda. So of note is that while the toys call these things PlaMonsters, in the actual show they're referred to as something that's an actual part of wizarding lore, which is familiars, which in that lore are creatures that a wizard can summon to assist him. And that's basically what these things are, as they help him search for phantoms, which are his enemies. So you've got here, that's a nice design. The pieces work well together, and because of the way the joints work, it has some articulation. You can rotate the head a full 360 degrees. The wings can go forward and back. The legs can go forward and back, and the tail can be rotated side to side. Now, something of note is that, akin to how actual model kits have the pieces labeled specifically on the trays, they have something similar to that here, except instead of using letters and numbers, what you have is shapes for each part that help indicate where to place it, aside from just the outline of the piece. So for example, up here, where the head's supposed to go, you have a triangle, and you actually have a triangle molded onto the head right here. And the same goes for the other pieces. And see, there are these various squares which have shapes in them to indicate the different pieces. So that's actually something pretty cool. And so while that's basically it for Red Garuda on its own, a gimmick that has been worked into the PlaMonster series is that they're designed to mix and match. So with this, it's actually something that encourages you to get more. Of course, not only do you get a wizard ring in it, although of note is that, as you can see when I scanned it over the wizard driver, it showed up as an orange light rather than a red light. And the thing is that all magic rings contain an orange light, so even if the color of clear plastic used for the top part is different from the standard orange, it'll still have an orange light. But besides that, if you continue getting the PlaMonsters, then you can make different kinds of combinations and come up with your own creatures. So on its own, it's just this simple little it's just this very simplified model kit that you can assemble and disassemble whenever you want, as well as coming with a wizard ring, although if you want you can just get this in single release form. These have a nice design to them, good size, and each one does have its own unique gimmick, though the gimmicks are generally not something to write home about. So that being said, if you like, collecting these little Kamen Rider helpers, and if you like the idea of being able to take them and mix and match, then I would recommend buying the PlaMonsters. And I would actually recommend starting off with the Red Garuda, because its pieces are well tailored to the rest of them, especially the wings, as a lot of the combinations you can make do involve attaching the Garuda's wings to the other PlaMonsters. But if you don't want to get the actual PlaMonsters and just want the ring, you can, like I said, buy it in single release form. Still, it's a nice toy, the gimmick is cool, and it's certainly interesting to see, and it's certainly going to be interesting to see what kind of combinations you can make out of the PlaMonsters. So, thanks for watching. Please rate, comment, subscribe, and check out my channel for more videos. And for now, this is KRX50, writing off.